Okay, here we are, 8.4 fraction and whole number division. And we're going to jump right in. They give us a story problem about three friends. So we have three friends, and they want to share 1/4 pound, that's pound, lb, of fudge. Now this makes me a little bit hungry, but we're going to do it anyway. So we start by drawing what a pound of fudge might look like. So this represents, it's not actually a pound of fudge, it's just a blue square, but it represents 1 pound of fudge. And then we're going to go ahead and cut it into fourths. We can do that by cutting it in half, and then cutting each half into half. And we'll go ahead and try to get that a little more even. And cutting that half into half. So now we have 4 pieces. So this piece right here is our 1/4 pound. And if we go ahead and we change colors and we're going to share this with 3 friends, that means that I'm going to cut my 1/3 piece my 1/4 piece into 3 pieces. So now there's 1, 2, 3 pieces of this 1/4 pound of fudge. And we can figure out that if 3 friends share 1/4 pound of fudge, that each person gets this much, which is 1/3 of 1/4. And we know that 1/3 of 1/4 is 1/3 times 1/4. We already know that of kind of means times. So if we just look at this problem, 3 friends share 1/4 pound of fudge. Really what's happening is we have 1/4 divided by 3, because I have 3 friends that are trying to share this 1/4 pound of fudge. So we have to divide it into 3 pieces. And what we're supposed to notice is that 1/4 divided by 3 is the same, basically equal to 1/3 times 1/4. 1/3 of 1/4 means 1/3 times 1/4, and that is the same as 1/4 divided by 3. So this would be the relative multiplication problem. So if I know the answer here, 1/3 times 1/4 is equal to 1/12, then I could check right here. 1/4 divided by 3 is equal to 1/12, or 1/12, and this is the multiplication problem in reverse, or the division problem in reverse to make a multiplication. 1/12 times 3 equals 4. But we got to check to see if it's equal to 4. So we're going to go ahead and look at it like it's 2 fractions. 1/12 times 3 is the same as 1/12 times 3 over 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 12 times 1 is 12. And 3/12 simplifies to 1/4. So I can see that it is true. 1/12 times 3 is equal to 1/4, which 1/4 divided by 3 is 1/12. So it goes both ways. And one thing that I need to highlight for you, I need you to pay careful attention to, is this number is a 3, but this number is 1/3. So what happened? And this number is 3. So 1/12 times 3 ones equals 1/4. 1/4 divided by 3 equals 1/12. These are kind of back and forth, but this problem over here that we did first is completely different. We've got 1/4 multiplied by 1/3, because it's 1/3 of 1/4. And what we're starting to talk about, and the book hasn't talked about it yet, is the reciprocal. And they want you to understand this concept eventually, and they'll get to it. Whenever I divide fractions, I end up multiplying by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 1/4 divided by 1/3 is 1/4 times 1/3. The 3 ones gets flipped over into 1/3, and then we get 1/12. See how they're equal if we multiply, we just multiply by the reciprocal. But what is a reciprocal? Let me show you real quick, and this is off topic, but we need to understand that a reciprocal, I hope I'm spelling it right. It's one of those words that I'm not positive about. Okay, it looks right, but who knows? Reciprocal are two numbers that multiply to get a product of 1. So the product, which is a multiplication table, a product is equal to 1. So if I have 1/3 and I multiply it by 3 ones, these numbers are reciprocals because the product is 3/3, which is equal to 1. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, remember how special I told you the number 1 is? It comes up all the time, especially in fractions. If I have 1/5 times 5 ones, I have 5/5, which is 1. Notice that if I do something crazy like 2/3 and multiply it by 3/2, I get 6/6, then that's equal to 1. If I take a whole number like 7, and I want to multiply it by something, I have to remember that 7 is kind of like 7 ones, so that would be 1/7. And 7 times 1/7 is 7/7, which is equal to 1. And we can find all kinds of examples, and they all work. That's what a reciprocal is. And so our question about dividing fractions with a fudge, we said 1/4 pound divided by 3 friends divided by 3. When we have a fraction divided by a whole number, we can simply turn that around and make it a fraction multiplied by another fraction that's the reciprocal of the whole number, and we get the same answer. So 1/4 times 1/3 is 1/12. And if we go ahead and try it in here, flip it around, so this should equal 1/12 if it's true, and so we'll try it. 1/12 times 3 ones equals 3/12, which is 1/4, and so going in reverse, the related multiplication problem, opposite of the division problem, works. We get a correct answer. Now, there's a couple other problems we have to do. Okay, so the next example talks about Brad, who has 9 pounds of turkey meat, like ground turkey. I know, right? And he's going to make burgers that are 1/3 pound each. So we're going to take his 9 pounds of turkey, and we want to figure out how many 1/3 burgers we can make, which is like 9 divided by, actually we can't do that, we're going to take okay, yeah, I think that's right. 9 pounds divided by 1/3 pound. Okay, so if I just jump right in and grab the reciprocal, then that would look like 9 times 3 ones, or 9 times 3, because the reciprocal of 1/3 is 3 ones, because 1/3 times 3 ones is equal to 3/3, which is equal to 1. That's what a reciprocal is. So, but we need to draw our boxes and stuff because we always have to do models, and it's important that we actually kind of see what's happening here. So we have 9 pounds of burgers, and each box is going to represent 1 pound of burgers. So this takes a second, and just be patient with me as we go through this. Maybe if you have your own paper and you draw these out too, or if you just imagine, try to figure out what I'm doing ahead of time. Cut each pound into 3 pieces so that there's 1/3, right? And we can see pretty quickly that for each pound I get 3 burgers when I divide them into 3. And if I notice that 9 times 3 is 27, I might notice that there are 27 burgers here. Nope, I can't use that tool. 27 burgers. And I'm betting that 9 times 3 is 27. In fact, I know it is, which means that 9 divided by 1/3 must be 27. And then just to check our work, we go backwards and we write 27 times 1/3 equals, it's like 27 ones, so it would be 27 times 1 over 1 times 3, 27 thirds, which equals 9. We get our 9 pounds back, and ta-da! All right, we'll maybe do one more, maybe not. Let me look real quick and see what we've got. Okay, yeah, we are going to do a couple more, and these are from your standards and practice booklet. So they say write a related multiplication problem. So we start with the division problem, 3 divided by 1/2, and we just jump in with 3 times 2 equals 6. So 3 divided by 1/2 is equal to 6. And we have to check it just to make sure. 6 times 1/2 is equal to 6/2, which is equal to 3. And that's what we started out with, 3. 6 times 1/2 equals 3. This is going opposite direction. 3 divided by 1/2 equals 6. Then 6 times 1/2 equals 3. And, you know, I didn't show you this time. I show you almost every time. Let's do 15 divided by 5 is 3. That means that the related multiplication problem is 3 times 5 equals 15. And you can see that it works. It works for fractions as well. Let's do another one real quick. You guys are going to think this is so easy. Why did I ever draw pictures? But you have to draw the models to make it work. 2 divided by 1/8 is the same as 2 times 8. Oh, I said 1/8, but I wrote 1/2. Okay, 2 divided by 1/8 is the same as 2 times 8, which is 16. And again, to check our work, that means that 16 times 1/8 equals 16, not 12, 16 halves, which is equal to 8. Oh, 2 times 8 is 16. 16 divided by 8 is 2. 2 divided by 1/8 is... that's what I did wrong. Thanks for noticing. This is all wrong. All of this is wrong because I wrote 1/2. I keep writing a 2 when I'm trying to write something else. Let's try that again. So that means that 16 times 1/8 equals 16/8 equals 2, and this connects with this. It's the reverse of this. 2 divided by 1/8 equals 16, and that one was kind of a fail. And you might think I'm going to take it out of this video, and I could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to let it sit there for you to think about. I'm going to show you one more. 6 divided by 1/5 is the same as 6 times 5, which is 30, which means this should be 30. So this is our answer and this is our answer, but we have to check it. That means that 30, this one, times this one, 1/5, is equal to 30/5. 30/5 is equal to 6, because 5 times 6 is 30. If you had 30 pieces of size 5, you'd have 6 whole pizzas, and that matches. It goes back and forth. So, ta-da, we just did 3 problems, lickety-split. And I suppose that it's possible that this is extra work that I'm doing where I check my work every time, and you could jump straight in and do this, and if it's starting to make sense to you, that would be okay. Good luck.